You live kickboxing action, a world middleweight title about to begin. And boy, I will tell you, the Russians know how to put on a show. 31-4-0. He is taking on Richard the Gator Hill with a 29-4-2 record.
At the beginning of round 7, again, the recap on all of the rounds, Richard is marginally ahead. The combinations are coming out very strong by both fighters. Vadim coming on stronger and stronger. He's getting stronger every round. He's trying to compensate for those knockdowns that he had when he took those standing 8. You can see him moving to the inside and chasing. He is the more aggressive fighter. Richard right now is becoming defensive.
You said he's marginally ahead. That may not mean much when you look at Vadim Ukraincev, the hometown favorite here in Moscow.
Oh, it won't mean much at all. I mean, what we're looking for here, it has to be a decisive win for one side or the other. And a great overhand right followed by a spinning heel kick. Vadim is moving to the inside. Notice that his body motion is moving much better. He's able to bob, he's able to weave, stay out of danger from those things that Richard's been throwing.
I'm telling you, if I was Richard Hill, I would certainly be concentrated. There it comes again.
Again, another spinning heel kick is just unbelievably fast. If he were refolding that leg, setting it down, he'd be able to follow up with punching techniques. That's the only thing that's keeping him from getting to the inside.
Frank, let me ask you this. With all of the follow-through, I mean, he's using his entire body, his shoulders, his hips, his legs. When he comes around, has he put so much in it that he's vulnerable after that kick?
Well, you're always vulnerable if you don't keep your guard up. Good combination there as he follows with a right and coming in scoring twice overhand. Richard following with a couple of volleys. Yes, you're absolutely right, Kevin. I mean, what happens is if he leaves his hands down, Richard fights out of the corner. He's just going to nail him when that guy comes through.
We've got a warning here.
Well, the referee backed him up, and as he backed him up, Richard threw another punch, so he's warning him for a late hit. He would have had a loss of point on that also from each of the judges' scores. That would bring him down to a tie at the moment on my unofficial count. Incredible action.
Of course, they're doing theirs in multi-language as well, which makes it even tougher for all of the different provinces of the Commonwealth of Independent States.
You're right. And Vadim comes out. He opens up with a volley of side kicks, trying to move to the midsection and jabbing with that good, strong right that he's got coming to the inside. Richard, very unorthodox, fighting off both sides, but he's very talented. He's able to score at will. Vadim is leaving himself open. Richard scoring, coming in with roundhouse kicks and right jabs. Changing sides a little bit, forcing a good, hard power roundhouse kick into the midsection of Vadim.
Yes, they're going with the headphones. I'm sure that's that translation that I was telling you about for their broadcast. It seems to me, Frank, that Vadim's using a little more straightforward kicking, and he's more aggressive than Richard Hill is in this round.
Oh, you're right. I think Richard's pacing himself at the moment. You can look at how he's moving around the ring. He's, again, defensive, backing away from Vadim at the moment. And then when he needs to, gets in close and counters. The referee is really more or less telling him to stay away from each other, fight out. He's breaking them up most of the time, and I've noticed that every round. Richard hasn't had a chance to really fight on the inside.
Once again, this is round 8 action, scheduled 12-rounder for the Karate International Council of Kickboxing's world middleweight title.
Great champion, 3-time world champion, Richard the Gator Hill. Gainesville, Florida. He's fought all over the world, appeared in several movies, and right now defending the world title in Moscow.
We call him Russian the Gator Hill because he hails out of Gainesville, Florida, and University of Florida, home of the Gators there. Russians have another name for him, which we'll tell you a little bit more about in just a few moments. Round 8 action of a 12-round scheduled fight for the world middleweight title between Vadim Ukraincev and Richard Hill. Once again, you saw some of those fans, 35,000 strong here in the Russian Olympic Stadium in Moscow. I'm Kevin McCarthy along with round 9 about to begin. And here we go.
As the referee tells the fighters to get it on, you're looking at Richard Hill coming out with roundhouse kicks. Vadim hitting with side kicks, backing up against the side of the ropes, coming out to the middle of the ring again, looking for an opening so he can come in, jab, and follow through. Vadim's kind of slowing down a little bit in this round. I think he's looking for an opening, that one-time best shot.
He's also got to make sure he doesn't get stung again by Richard Hill like he did in the earlier rounds of this fight. In the first 8 rounds, Frank, you said it was pretty evenly matched. In fact, could be a draw depending on how points were taken away for a couple of counts there. But these next 2 or 3 rounds is where the action is going to center and where we're going to determine who's going to be the next kick world middleweight title champion.
If you can't knock a guy out during the first couple of rounds, then you're going to have to pace yourself and hold on to that stamina so that you can come out fighting during the middle rounds and during the latter rounds. And that's really what Richard has done. I see him again pacing himself a little bit better, but he looks like at the beginning of the round he had a little bit more energy. He was using his kicks a little bit more effectively, but he's got control of the ring. When Vadim chases him, he just kind of casually sidestep.
We've not seen either one of these fighters getting really close.
Vadim's pressing right now. This is it. He's coming to the inside.
I was going to say they weren't getting any close and working on the body, and boy, maybe I should say that again.
We're both seeing the combinations here at ringside, and it is tremendous action. Richard just kind of sauntered away like no big deal.
Later in the fight, we're going to bring you action from ringside to give you an idea of what it's like to be sitting here next to the fighters. Kind of our view of these fights.
It's a little bit different because you get up so close, and it is tremendous. We're watching on monitors, get an opportunity to watch from the floor side. And again, we get to get in close. We hear what the judges are saying, and we'd like to have the audience feel that participation in the ring, and that's what it's all about.
Richard Hill would like to connect with one of those big...
Oh, and he did! He did!
Whoa!
Whoa! What a left!
Good night! No,
he's coming back. He's coming. Oh, look at him stagger. This boy is tough.
He doesn't know if he's in Moscow or Kiev or Russia or the Ukraine.
I got to tell you, he was back up at the count of 6, and he's ready to go. I don't know how.
A well-trained fighter, Vladimir Ukraincev.
Richard wants to end it, and right now he's trying to get to the inside, looking for a leg sweep to drop him.
Lost like their mouthpiece or
something came into the ring.
Tape, yeah. Well, round 9 should be close to over.
Yeah, it looks like that's the end of the round.
Frank, we saw some action in that one. How much more can this fighter take?
It depends upon if he can come out strong on the next round and recoup what he's lost. Up until that round, I mean, Richard gained some points.
Oh, his head
Vadim had gone down.
There.
Oh, yeah, there's no question about it. He's feeling it mentally and emotionally as well as physically.
Here comes the replay.
Said, okay, no big deal. Richard said, I'm going to get you.
That would have connected. They'd have both been laying in a pile.
He jabs, and with that left, he hits him square in the face and drops him.
How he got up from that, I'll never know.
I don't either.
We're back with live action. Round 10 about to begin. This could be a very deciding round for that young fighter that you see, Vadim Ukraincev, the fellow who has kickbox carved into his hair. He's serious. He's here for business.
Well, honestly, right now he's got kickbox hit into his head. Richard has done a job on it.
A permanent imprint.
Multiple combinations, again, using left leg roundhouse kicks by both fighters, pacing each other a little bit better. I think Vadim's being a little bit more safety conscious at the moment. He says, I don't want to put my head out in front of that choo-choo train. It's going to hit me.
Been there before.
Richard's looking for the opening, and that's a good overhand right. Vadim's kind of backed Richard off, but Richard, again, very calm, very casual.
He is the most relaxed fighter I think I have ever seen without being casual.
He might be out there. He may as well be out there in a tuxedo. This is a party.
Well, it's not the kind of party that I would take an invitation to, but, whoa, this is the kind of action you'll only find from the Karate International Council of Kickboxing, and it's coming to you from Moscow, Russia.
Vadim working to the inside, bobbing and weaving, trying to stay out of the way of Richard. Richard's following him, and he's pacing himself very well. He's coming to the inside. As when Vadim moves, he's there. He taps him a few times. Vadim backs off. Richard looking to be able to move that right jab in and then follow with that power left. He wants to do it again.
I got to tell you, from the hit that Vadim took in round 9, he's awfully light on his feet. What a fighter.
He is. He's in tremendous shape. There's no question about it. Both fighters came to do just that, be professional athletes in the ring and be top-notch fighters.
They get knocked down like that and stunned. There's Chuck again. By golly, he must have run out of ink. He wasn't signing an autograph.
That's the first time I've seen that in all the time we've been over here.
Well, that's because of what's going on here in the ring. Round 10 action.
Multiple combinations, hook, heel, spinning kick. Vadim trying to get to the inside, use his hands to the inside, and when he did, Richard came underneath and challenged, came up to the midsection, working that head. Vadim is just moving right to the left and to the right, and Richard is scoring. Midsection hits. Richard is, this is a boxing contest in this particular play.
Action from round 10.
Good combinations with that hook, spinning heel kick, and Richard fights out of that. You notice that the way that Vadim's back was turned, Richard was able to fight out and come in close.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, exactly.
At the beginning of round 11, we're off and running. Good combinations. Vadim coming out strong, trying to fight his way to the inside again.
Richard Hill, a little more of a picture of concentration on this next to the last round.
Richard's pacing himself again. He's working around the ring a little bit. He's easy. He's in control. He's trying to keep those kicks up to keep Vadim off, looking for that opening. Notice he dropped back. He wants to put that power left in again. You know, he's playing very cagey and doing it very well in the ring. He wants to stay in. Now look at this. The referee again backs him off. He doesn't have an opportunity to fight in close.
No, they're not getting to work on that body to wear him down much.
Well, I've noticed something throughout every round. The referee, if Vadim is in working close, he lets Vadim work.
No, Frank.
No,
Frank.
I'm telling you, it's a fact. I'm seeing it. I don't care if I start a controversy.
It's still a much better fight than the last one with the
It's a great fight. You're right. You're absolutely right.
These
It's
boys
a great
are
fight.
following the rules that you and the Karate International Council of Kickboxing set up.
I agree. But when Richard starts pounding away, the referee stops him.
You heard it.
I think this is really interesting. We talk about trying to get down close and look at the view that we see from here. And as we talked about bringing our viewers up close to see what we're looking at, we're going to carry this around from our perspective and what we're looking at through the ring ropes.
And as you can tell, it is a different view. This is round 11.
And the floor is packed. You can't walk through the crowd. The crowd is all around us. I mean, we have to scream to be able to call the fight, but it's easy to do with the excitement of this fight.
And a good set of headphones, I might add.
Great.
We'd have to read lips to carry on. We're just about to end up round 11 here, and as you can see, there's a lot of international press on site, both print and all kinds of media. Here's an interview with Charles. Well, strap yourself down. Round 12, the final round of this middleweight title action is underway in Moscow, Russia.
It has been non-stop action, round by round, unbelievable. And it's a marginal decision at best. This is in the hands of the judges. That is for certain. I have Richard ahead, but this round, who knows?
Two well-trained, well-picked fighters from two sides of the world. Vladimir Ukraincev, with a record of 31-4-0, taking on the current champion of the Karate International Council of Kickboxing, Richard the Gator Hill, with a record of 29-4-2. It all comes down to about the next minute and a half.
Tremendous champion and a tremendous challenger. No question about it. This has been a lot of action. The kicking techniques have been tremendous. They've been powerful, and they've been fast.
And we've seen Vadim go down with a good punch. He got stung early on, and he just keeps coming on back.
And the Gator's got a cut under his eye. I mean, again,
early in the fight.
Stung.
Yeah, no question. Less than a minute to go.
Warning for headbutts. Vadim comes back to the midsection. Starting out with that side kick, trying to get to the inside, looking for an opening. Richard using those jabs on the right, backing his way up to the ropes, fighting off. Vadim pressuring. He is the aggressor. He's trying to come after Richard, but Richard has been the defender, and he's been able to move and weave and control the center of the ring.
Referee cautions him on holding. Neither one of these fighters can be confident on points. They're going to have to fight to win this match, and it's going to have to be in the next few seconds.
It's all down to the end.
The marvelous venue here, the Russian Olympic Stadium in Moscow. I've said it before, more than 35,000 fans on hand, and they came here to see a fight, and they got their money's worth.
Well, I'll tell you, what amazes me is as you look into the balconies and how jam-packed this arena is, it's amazing to me. It is amazing. Vadim took another standing 8, and that could have made the difference in the end of the fight. There's no question about it.
We'll come down to this moment. Richard Hill, Vadim Ukraincev, and your decision goes to Richard Hill. As you can see, the spirit of friendship already here.